You are now listening to Talk Your Jits podcast.
Welcome back to the Talk Your Jits podcast. This podcast is, as the name implies, all about Jiu Jitsu. I'm your host, Lamar Smith. And today's guest is a purple belt who trains at 10th Planet El Paso. 10th Planet El Paso, located in El Paso, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, Juan Barragan.
What's going on, man? How are you?
What's going on, my brother?
You know, actually just got home from had an open mat this morning. I had to go over there and open the gym for the guys and help them out.
That's what's up, man. First and foremost, man, thank you for being a guest on the show, man.
Oh, thank you.
This will be the official first episode of season 3. So we kicking it off on some good stuff.
Oh man, that's what's up.
All right, man. So without further ado, man, if you want to introduce yourself again, by all means, and let's hear your jiu-jitsu journey.
So again, Juan Barragan from El Paso, Texas originally. I go by JB. Almost everybody knows me that way. JB's stuck since the military days. Was in the Navy for about 17 years. Now I work for a federal employee. But so my jiu-jitsu journey, I would say it didn't actually start per se until probably about 5 years ago. You know, I would, got out of the military. You know, your typical jiu-jitsu saved my life type of story, but I got overweight. I kind of didn't know what to do, and I was like, well, I need to get back into martial arts. I was always been into, the usual as a kid, taekwondo, karate, and stuff like that. So I was, searching, Google searching here in El Paso, and I checked out a gym here first, and this type of gyms where you gotta, put some money down, and then as long as you make it like twice a week and you lose so much weight per week, you'll get your money back. But if you don't, then you forfeit the $500 that you got to throw into the, one of those gyms. So
what?
Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll come back. So I kept looking. I said, nah, that's a little fishy to me. Like that's how they're making their money. people, stuff happens. Not everyone makes it to class. People miss more than, 2-3 days a week. So it happens. So then I found 10
Right.
clients. So I called, and actually the owner, head coach, Cristobal Chavez, he answers like, yeah, man, we do this, we do that, coming through. The first class is free. Come check it out. So I'm one of those that if I think about it, I'm not going to do it. I gotta do impulse, because if not, then I just won't do it. So, at the time, the person that I was with, my partner, I was, I told her, what, I'm going. I got to go today, because if I don't go, I'm not going to go. So got off work, went to Walmart, got me some of the, the Walmart cheapo Under Armour style shirts and some shorts. And I took off, man. And here I am, 5 years. It'll be actually 6 years, I think, in January.
Okay.
So, yeah. Some injuries, surgeries. And it's not all from just jiu-jitsu, military service / I'm 45 / sometimes, life happens.
Right. Yeah, it's like you don't sustain, you get your injuries, but it's like jiu-jitsu kind of like adds on to it. Yeah. But yeah, man. But that's cool, dude. So we kind of started around the same time. It's I've been doing this for like six or some change now.
Yeah.
So for people, at this point, everybody should know, like, with 10th Planet, it's like a household name now, and it's, strictly no-gi.
Yeah.
So, was that your kind of like, that was like kind of your idea going in, that that's what you wanted to do? Like, you wanted to do a no-gi school, or you were just kind of just whatever they got, you'll take?
Actually, so I again, coming from, as a kid with a taekwondo, and, everybody uses a gi, different thickness, different styles of gis, but, so in the military, we actually did a tour in Iraq. So we did Army combatives. So that's when I kind of discovered, because I didn't know nothing about jiu-jitsu, and that's where I kind of like came in contact with jiu-jitsu, because that program came from the Gracies.
Right.
And it's like, oh man, all right, cool. So they taught us some stuff. While I was in Iraq, we trained a little bit, kept on training, came back, and I just forgot all about it. So when I was looking, I was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to I didn't know anything whether it was gi or no gi. I had no idea. So the reason why I went with the no gi is because when I talked to Cristóbal, right, Chris, like on the phone, he sounded very sincere, very honest, and I was like, you know what? Why not? And that's honestly, that's why I went with them, and
Okay.
not any other gym, because I just like what he was saying on the phone. You know, I like, I drank the Kool-Aid per se, so I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
And that's where I went.
And I think that's so important, man, when it comes to finding a school, because you're investing so much time and energy, and you sacrifice so much to go to these schools, and you don't want to be, you don't want to be dicked around, and you want to feel a part, you want to feel welcome, and that's good that happened, because that's how I got stuck at. No, I'm not gonna say stuck, but that's how I ended up at my school. Met the instructor. He was real cool, very upfront, chill. And to this day, that's like my brother. So, and like it's like, yeah, even to this day, I'm still still in that that frame of mind that he taught me, how to be an instructor, how to be how to handle jiu-jitsu outside of life and everything else like that. So that stuff is important.
You know what? I realized, I was in my mind, I was like, you know what? I'm older. Probably bring, some life knowledge, man. But let me tell you, like, I didn't know jiu-jitsu people or jiu-jitsu in general. They were like, get so deep, man. Because sometimes the speeches, you're just like, man, this kid is like 10 years younger than me, 15 younger than me. Bro, like, holy shit, he just schooled me on some life stuff, bro. You're like, I'm 45. Like, how's this kid schooling me on life when I'm like, I should be schooling him and giving him the advice?
Man, I couldn't have said that better, man. I couldn't have said that better.
And I like that because so there's a bunch of schools here in El Paso. Most of them are gi. They have the 1-2 day a week that are no gi. And I've heard it, from people that come to 10 Planet. Oh, I used to be at this school. I used to be at that school. Where my kids were at this school, but you know what? I didn't like what they were preaching to them. I didn't like the way they were talking to them. I didn't like what they were saying to them. And stuff like that. So I was like, and again, I couldn't say, yeah, you're right, because I've never been to any other school, But what I can say is I like the way of the head coaches to the fundamentals coach to the kids coaches and all the other coaches that come through and help, because I've helped with the kids class sometimes. And I mean, everybody is very solid, man, very solid, good team. Everybody's got their head on the, get on their shoulders, head on a swivel. They're amazing people. Every last one of them, amazing people. And man, let me tell you, I've met some people there that train that sometimes they told me their life story. I'm like, holy shit, dude. Like, I thought I had it bad when I was doing this, or I thought, and you're like, wow, man, and those are some of the jiu-jitsu saved my life type stories. You're like, man, he for real jiu-jitsu saved his life. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. It's very impactful, man. And it's one of those things where if you were like an everyday guy and you heard these stories, you'd be like, okay, that's kind of deep. But once you start training jiu-jitsu and then you hear these stories, you'd be like, man, I was there. I felt that. Like I said, that the impactful story of someone, 20 years younger than you, and you hear their story and you're like, oh man, I'm so proud of you, or this and that. And you're like, man, I'm supposed to be teaching you, man.
Exactly.
Like, what's up with
that? Exactly. And some of the guys there at the gym, because again, I'm one of the, the 40 and over club per se at the gym, sorry. Some of them, they're like, come on, so they're the nephews, you know what I mean? So,
right.
So I like the camaraderie there and, brotherhood type stuff. So, but again, but I have met some shady people there as well. You know what I mean? So not everything's blue and purple.
Yeah, for sure. Come on, and just going back to what you were saying about like you hear about people that come from other schools and you just hear how they've been like treated. It's like it's a cultural shock every single time. Because granted, you're used to how your school works. So when you hear about some other school, like, yeah, man, they charging this or they do this and they do that, they be like, they do? Yeah. Like, what, really? Yeah. And I, from the people that's been on the show and to like other people, I've heard like horror stories when it comes to gyms. You know, people that I have invited, and they was like, yeah, you know what, man, I don't think it'd be a good idea for me to be on the show and talk about how I started or I started training. I'm like, damn, okay, oh, all right.
So before I forget, let me ask you a question, because I've been looking online and everybody has different answers. So what's the whole deal with the gauntlet after you get promoted, man? Like just going, like I've never, like to me that's like back into the military days, going through the, becoming a shellback, and you get a 12, but that's 12 hours of hazing. You're on your hands and knees, but bro, like I've seen those videos and I'm like, come on, it's not that serious, and obviously people like where they just cock back and you see him go more like, yo, like that dude hates that guy for real because he's going hard. You know what I mean? So I don't get that. Like, what's the whole deal? Like,
it's just, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's yeah, that's all it is. It's like a rite of passage, man.
Kind of like in a fraternity type things. Because I mean, I'm in a fraternity. You know what I'm saying? So I get that the whole rite of passage and initiation.
Because it's funny. Like my mom asked me that question. Because I think like a few months ago. No, when I got my brown belt, I posted, me getting, hit by everybody. And she's like, oh my God, they was swinging so hard. And I was like, she's like, why did they do that? And I'm like, it's nothing I never asked. Yeah. It was, hey, our school did it. I was like, okay, it's a rite of passage. All right. So when I got my blue belt, when I got my purple belt, when I got my brown belt.
Have you ever had anybody that say, you know what, I don't want to do the gauntlet and just not do it?
No.
I want to find somebody actually, like, because again, when I was in the military, right, going through to become a shellback, right, you going down to the equator and you cross the line. That's how you become a shellback. So again, it's 12 hours of hazing, and if you say no, it's no big deal. You just don't become a shellback because you don't go through initiation. So you're gonna go sit in your dress uniform and in a room and just gonna be there all day till it's over. And no harm, no foul. So I've always wondered, right, like, what would happen if somebody would say, like, you know what, no, I don't want to do the gauntlet. Like, I'm not cool with that. I wonder what they were like. Well, I guess you're not getting promoted. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think that. And that's a conversation me and my wife was having, because she's in the process of eventually getting her blue belt, and she's like, I don't want to go through that. So I'm like, I don't think that's necessarily a thing we have to do. This is what we do, So someone was like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable getting hit like that. Okay, that's fine. It's not gonna take away from the years and on the match you've been putting in to earn your belt. It's just a celebratory thing. You're gonna get thrown, but you don't have to get hit with the belts. But
yeah, I got you. Okay. Yeah, I always had that question, but everybody had different answers. So I just, let me ask him when I get on there with them.
I've never questioned it. I never questioned it because, like, when I saw it, I was like, okay, I've heard stories about, like you said, fraternities, the hazing, and it's like that rite of passage. It's just that camaraderie thing, among brothers. So it's just like, all right, I can deal with it. It's just, a couple seconds someone hitting you and then you go home happy. Like, you don't even think about the hits. You just think about the fact that you just got your neck, you just got your belt,
Right.
Oh,
okay. And that. What's up? But it's been a long road for me again. Like I said, again, after I started there, I've had, plenty of injuries, have 2 shoulder surgeries, both shoulders, one of them twice, both meniscus repairs, both knees. The last one actually just happened in December on my left shoulder, this last December. So it'll be a year next month. And I was out for about, I would say, 2 months. So I was back on the mats, kind of training light in March. And then I decided, like, you know what, let me compete. And here's 2 months into training. So I competed in June. Of course, I lost both. And again, I don't do it just, I'm going to win. I just like to compete sometimes, So again, I competed in June. Lost, and man, let me tell you, I was so out of breath. It wasn't even funny, man. I was like, yep, I shouldn't have competed this time around. I don't even know why I did it. So,
but yeah. So like, when it comes to like injuries right now, like I know like my wrist bothers me, my right knee bothered me, now my ankle's starting to bother me. And it's one of those things where it's like, I need to go get these looked at. I need to go get them checked out. And then he's like, you go, and then you hear like you don't want to hear that, like, okay, you have to take X amount of days off the mats. Like you have to take a month or 2 months of, off the mats. And it's like trying to explain to your doctor, like 2 weeks or a month feels like years.
It does, man. Because I was actually just out 3 months. I was just 3 months. I just went back. I've been back a week and a half. So I went back because my back was, again, bad back. I get injections on my back, L5S1. I get epidural steroid injections. So it's been over a year. I had to wait to get them scheduled. So I told the guys, you know what, I'm gonna be out because I feel like my legs, like the tingliness, and the numbness. So I don't want to, fall wrong or something. And the next, you got to take me off in a stretcher and I'm paralyzed. So I'm gonna chill out for a little bit. Went back for 1 day. Went back the second week for 1 day, and then I got staph, and then I was out for 3 more weeks from staph, and then I just came back last week. So it's something. It's always something, man. Always something. The fingers. Always. There's days where I'll be driving home. That your typical everything's quiet. You just got smashed for an hour and a half. Like even your eyelashes hurt. You know what I mean? So you just thinking your whole life, like man, what am I doing? Like I'm just not.
Every bump in the road hurts.
Horrible sometimes, man. It's horrible. I get home, my wife. I get home and I be walking like this. I'm and then she's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I'm sore. Did you get hurt?" Every time. I'm just like, oh, and she just laughs at me, man. So
yeah, like what hurts? My everything hurts.
Fingernails, my hair,
everything hurts from the top of the head to the tip of the toes. Everything hurts, man.
There's been times where I get home, after class, and then freaking I got a big old black eye. She's like, what happened? I was like, honestly, I have no idea how I got it.
Yeah,
I think it was I was trying to knee slice or pass, and they brought their knee in to recover God, and I got hit with the knee, I think, or maybe it could have been an elbow. I don't know. I know it was bone to my face, but I don't know when it happened.
I'll find out when I go back to class.
Pretty much. I have plenty of those, man.
That's how it is, man. You like, damn, I was like, this hurts so bad. Like, I figured out later, man. I'll ask who I roll with Tuesday and see what happens. But you're not gonna stop. You're not gonna stop, no matter how much pain you're in. Like, you're just gonna keep going, man.
Yeah. But I mean, pretty much that's back to the question. What brought me to doing jiu-jitsu was pretty much, again, out of the military. I was overweight, man. I got to like 200 and almost 240 pounds. And I was like, I need to do something because just going to the gym and lifting, I know I'm not going to do cardio because I'm going to get on the machine for 5-10 minutes. I'm like, all right, that's enough for now. And then I'm going to go home and eat a big ass dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I need to do something drastic. I said, my joints hurt, my back hurts. I said, yoga wasn't helping. I said, I need something more than yoga, something where I can stretch, where they'll force you to stretch, i.e. jiu-jitsu, because you're getting stretched in ways that you think you could get stretched, and not by choice.
You're right.
So that was pretty much it, man. Just the whole getting back in shape. I mean, I think total at one point I ended up where I think I dropped like 50 pounds. I'm up to like probably 195 again right now, which fluctuate. I've done the 180 bracket. That's usually, but not too bad. I mean, but yeah, man, that's pretty much it. What got me to doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of like mine's too. It was I've always loved martial arts. Yeah. Met a good friend. He introduced me to it, and it just kind of stuck. Yeah. It was like, oh, this is cool. Getting in shape, working out, meeting new people, and then you get your first stripe, or then you get your first belt, and then you like, oh man, this is pretty nice. I'll stick around a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And then you're just there, man. You end up teaching kids class. You're there every day, and it just becomes your life, man.
So at one point, so the fundamentals class, when I started going, it starts at 8:00, right? Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. It was from 8 to 9:30. So, that's what I was doing, just the fundamentals at first. And I think the first 3 weeks of being in class, at the end of like the last 20, 30 minutes, usually free rolling. So I think for like about the first 2 to 3 weeks, I would literally just sit back up against the wall and I was just watching. Because again, I wasn't comfortable and I was scared. I was like, man, because I have no idea what I'm doing. You got these 18-year-old kids and you're watching them. They're doing these, varying balls. At the time, I didn't know what the hell it was. They're inverting and doing, you're like, how? I can barely bend over, tie my shoe, bro, without, being out of breath. Doing all this. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just going to sit back and watch. And the coach like, hey, man, which is a good friend of mine, now, he's like, you're gonna roll? I was like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable yet. So just let me watch. Let me see what they're doing. And then finally, the first time that I actually rolled, I told the guy, listen, this is my first time rolling. I have no idea what I'm doing. He goes, no problem, bro. He goes, you can start on your knees, standing up. He goes, you know what? Let me just sit back and you tell me what we're doing. So I think I spent the whole round in turtle, and he was just like spinning around on my back, trying to get his hooks in. I had no idea. I was just in turtle the whole time. I think for like 2 rounds straight. And then like the last round, I think I was on my back the whole time. They were on side control and then they were on mount. And I was just like, yeah, okay, that's cool. I have no idea what I'm doing. So that was my first time rolling. So
I don't remember my first roll. I was trying to replay back when I started rolling. Cause it was like one of those things where it was very intimidating. But I think one of my first rolls was with my instructor. And it was just like, I was, sit on the sideline, watch people roll. And he just like, come on. And I'm like, he's going to tell your instructor no. So I'm like, all right, started my guard. So we started there and we just kind of worked. And I'm like doing everything I can, but I'm not making no type of progress. But I'm in my mind, I'm like, I'm moving and I'm, trying to pass and do all this stuff. I'm like eyes closed, breathing hard. I'll just look up. I'm still in the same spot. It's like, I don't want to do this no more.
Exactly. You think you're doing all this stuff and you're literally just still trying to shrimp out. But in your mind, you're like, you're inverting and doing this and you still ain't doing jack.
Yeah. Gotta love it, man.
Are you done or what? So.
Right. But like now I was like, I just that's all I want to do now is just roll. Like let's roll, man. Let's just go. Get on the mat, so let's dance. Let's struggle cuddle.
Let me tell you. So after I lost all the weight, I think when I started rolling with, because I was, we usually roll with the heavy guys, right? Because I was pretty heavy, and it wasn't too bad. But that once I started losing all that weight, and then I was like heavy guys were still coming, hey, you want to roll? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And then they would get on, on top of me, cycle trap, like, I'd be like, man, now I know how these little kids feel when I get on cyclotron, and I'm like 190. Not like 230 like before. So like now I know how they feel. Sometimes, I'm like, man, that's tough.
Yeah, man.
These guys are like 250, 275. And I mean, all I can do is pull guard because I'm like, I'm not gonna stand up with these guys because I get thrown, mess around, I break my leg or something. So I'll pull guard and I just kind of like sit there and I'm just like right here and I'm like, okay, get off of me.
Right. But luckily our school, our school was small and it was predominantly big guys there. And so it was like getting used to that smash style jiu-jitsu and all that pressure, man. That was something we had to get used to quick.
Yeah.
Quick.
What's very impressive to me, it's usually, not the guys that really get their belts quick. It's these little 140, 130 pound kids, man, that no matter how big the guy they go up against, they're just rolling and they're literally smashing, man. They're just, we're like, how? Like, how are you just, bro, they flow. You just watch them. It's just like a magic trick just happening in front of your eyes. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they're inverting, they're coming around, getting on top, man, taking backs, and you're like, bro, I'm still trying to get out from side control. And this kid already done went from mount to, triangle. And then, the guy got out and took his, but you're like, dude, wow. You know,
Man, we had a guy. I think when I started, I think he was blue or he just got his blue or some other sort. But my brother Andrew, I love him to death, and I always talk about this. He was the smallest guy in the class. So if it's like 8 people on the mats, all of them are big guys. He's the smallest, right?
Yeah.
So he had to learn guard retention. He had to learn how to move. Like anything else, obviously he had to, he's not going to outstrip nobody. He don't have size on nobody. So his guard retention was crazy. And it was just like, to me, it was like, yeah, it was like magic to see someone that small handle the biggest guy in the room with so much ease. And it's like, how? Like, how are you doing this? And he was like, I kind of don't have a choice. It's like, oh, either I'm going to move, or I'm just going to get smashed, or I'm just going to get stuck under everybody. So I got to keep moving. Yeah. And as many times as me and him rolled, I think maybe once or twice I was able to lock him down.
Bam.
Maybe. Other than that, dude, it's just like you make one little subtle movement.
Yeah.
Guard retention.
I don't know what I hate most. Rolling with somebody, 20, 30, 40 pounds heavier than me, or these 130-pound guys that they love getting to that. Man, I hated that fucking buggy choke, man. The buggy choke, man, let me tell you, these kids, I don't know what I hate the most, but man, some of these kids are you're just like, okay, all right, it's time to smash, bro. Fuck this.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, just smash, bro. Nope, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that.
So for you, what do you like? For me, I prefer to. I love to be on bottom. I like to play lockdown. That's my thing. The half guard. I love lockdown because from there I can get I get electric hooks. I can sweep, or I can go to banana split, side control. All that. I prefer that more than actually trying to be on top, because I feel like when I'm on top, I still have a little issue with certain people where trying to use my weight, putting my weight on them. So I feel like when they hip bump and then they come into their butterflies. That's why I feel more comfortable actually on my back from lockdown for me. So I don't know what for you. What's your game like? What do you prefer the most?
Honestly, the same. Like that lockdown, that bottom side. Bottom half lockdown. Yeah. And try to work from there, because it's like I said, working with the guys that I've trained with, the entire time, big dudes. It's like you have to be able to move. You have to be able to, keep them. Don't let their weight settle, and always being stuck on the bottom. You kind of have to develop that type of stuff. So it's like, okay, if I'm going to be stuck under here, I might as well develop a game where I can play to the point where once I get my sweep, it's time for me to kill. So, because we got guys at both schools actually that we got now, wrestlers, just wrestlers. So it's just like, young wrestlers, man, are so annoying. But I love it though. I love it, but it's just like, my goodness, dude.
We actually have some D1, D2 wrestlers out my gym, currently right now, and man, yep, I'm gonna sit down. I'm not even gonna attempt. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna attempt it. I'm not trying to get my neck broke with these D1, D2 wrestlers, bro. And they're not even that big, But like I said, just watching them, I'd be like, God damn. Because again, when I was in high school, I never did. I really wish that I would have done wrestling in high school. I really wish that I would have started jiu-jitsu sooner. We can't change the past,
right?
But because I did football, and at the time, I was shorter. I was 5 foot, 160 pounds. I was like a little butterball. So man, I'm not gonna do no wrestling wearing a singlet, looking like a little putchy ball walking around. So, but yeah, it's crazy, man. From when even 5 years ago to now, how it's evolved in all these mixing, or adding from wrestling to jiu-jitsu or jiu-jitsu to wrestling is ridiculous. I've seen some kids start, as a white belt, and they're now brown belts, and you're like, dude, I just saw you started 3 years ago. Like, and these kids, they're just like a sponge, man, just soaking everything up, and
yeah,
it makes me feel like man, like, am I just dumb, or am I not is my brain that old that I could, because I don't retain the information, because it's happening. Coach teaches something, and then 10 seconds later you're like, Coach, how was the move again?
yeah.
Too many moving parts sometimes.
Yeah, we got a kid. He just got his blue belt a couple months ago, and just seeing how fast he's progressing, man. And we were just talking to him. I was like, dude, if I was to be able to take my blue belt self and roll with you now, I would get smoked. Yeah, quick. Like, you are eons ahead of what I was at a blue belt.
And you know what? And there's some, I won't say no names, but there's some brown belts or black belts in the area, that you see them, you're like, dude, like, this cat rolls like blue belt. Like, what, like, you just try to think, like, and I guess it's true what they say about some academies that they go by the attendance.
Mm-hmm.
And how much time you got there. And again, I get it. We're all paying our monthly fee to go. So you paying for at the same time you're paying for all that, but at the same time it's like, I want to earn it. I want you to give it to me, because then when you go to open mat somewhere else, or somebody from another academy drops into your academy, and then you're getting smashed, and then you find out that the kid is like brand new, you're like, oh, okay. Like, you don't want nobody to know that, you just got smashed by a brand new blue belt.
Yeah. And that's just kind of shows you where you're at mentally, because even with me, like, I just got my black belt. I just got used to being a brown belt. Thank you. Like, I literally just got used to wearing my brown belt, and then I was like, oh, look, you're getting the black belt. But yeah, man, it's like you don't want to go to another school and just get dusted, right? So it's like, man, then they're like, oh man, what belt are you? You'd be like, oh, brown belt. Right? So, but yeah, but like, I can't like, as a person who's put so much time and sacrifice into training, as people who just get stuff, just participation points, like like you were saying, like, oh yeah, they've been there for 6 years, or they've been there for 4 or 5 years, and they're a brown belt, but they can barely do the basics.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know some schools probably do that so they can keep for retention, and be like, because because on a normal day, if this guy was like in any other school, we know he wouldn't be at this level.
Yeah.
But you're slapping belts on them now, and it's like he's been paying attention. Well, he's been in class. His tuition is paid up. So like, yeah, let me go ahead and give him a purple belt. Say, dude, he's barely a blue. Like, what's up with that, man?
Or you got those that would like to jump ship from academy to academy because they won't get promoted at once, so they go to another one because they know people there, and then got the other coaches, so they're poaching students. Oh, don't worry, you come. Just give me a month or two, bro. I'll promote you. Don't worry. I've seen you roll. I've seen you compete. You're excellent. I don't know why you're not a blue or a purple. And some people, I've seen people actually do that, which is kind of sad to me.
It's very, very sad, man. It's very sad. Because especially like especially when you're in the mindset that you're in, like, okay, I've committed blood, sweat, and tears to this. Not saying that the other person didn't, but it's a reason why you haven't got your promotion. It's not because I can tap everybody or I've been coming to class every single day. Yeah, that's okay. You're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to come to class every day. You're supposed to pay attention. But what are you getting out of it? What are you showing as whatever rank you are trying to get to the next rank? So if you try to get to the blue to a blue belt, what are you showing me as an instructor that you're ready to get your blue belt?
But
are you purple or brown belt?
I don't think it's just that. I think it's also part of being part of the team. Like what do you bring to the team? What do you bring to the school?
Yeah.
And I get it. You're there to learn, but at the same time, are you helping your teammates? Maybe they're not catching up. Maybe they're not getting it. It's okay if they're not getting. Help them out a little bit. There's something wrong with it. It's what you put into it. You're gonna get out what you're gonna put into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And that's how it is, man. Like the mats don't lie, man. Like you you can say, oh, I deserve to be XYZ belt, but yeah, I can just say, yeah, I deserve to be a millionaire. Or I deserve to be laid up under Beyonce. Like, yeah, I can say that all the time, but what am I doing to show that I deserve that?
Right. Are you putting in the work?
Right. Are you putting in the work? Are you helping? Are you helping Are you helping underbelts? Are you helping teaching? Are you helping break down, techniques and stuff like that? Like, what are you showing to show that you deserve what you say you deserve?
Exactly.
It's that easy, man. That easy. But switch gears a little bit. So just to kind of give you guys a little, I guess, background of me and JB's relationship. He approached me about some jiu-jitsu gear, and for I've posted about it all the time. So like the Talk Your Jits podcast, rash guard shorts and stuff, and the brown samurai one that he's done for me. This is a guy that did it. This is a guy who approached me about being a sponsor on the show. So yeah, let's kind of talk about that, man. Let's talk about your athletic gear and whatnot.
So again, at one point I was before I got married, I was the only one training. So I got married, got kids now, step kids, which is my daughter, and she saw me compete, and then we came back from competing, and then the following week she actually tried a class, and she liked it. She's been there 2 years now. So we like our gear. Everybody likes to flex that new gear, and I was like, you know what? It's costing me a lot of money to buy gear, not for one, but for two now. Because we want, we don't just want the rash guard. You want the shorts, you want the leggings.
Yeah.
You want the hoodie, like, hey, we got a new drop next week. Like, oh man, I gotta get that hoodie too. Like, yo, we got a new t-shirt coming out. Like, oh man, I gotta get that too, So I was like thinking about, you know what? Maybe why not? Jimena, come here. So the reason how this whole JR Athletic apparel started was because not only myself, but because this little girl right here.
Hi, gorgeous.
Hi.
So
how are you?
Training, and I was like, you know what? Let's start making gear for both of us, and that's how JR Athletic came about. So I was like, it's easier for me to make her what she wants to wear than for us to try to find it.
Definitely.
So yeah, so she just got promoted as well to a great belt.
Nice, congratulations.
She's been for 2 years now. So again, that's how I got started on him. And there's people at the gym. One of the guys, he actually owns a liquor store here, and he was like, you know what? I said, he's like, I got the contacts for the distributors, here and there. I'll give you the contacts, hit them up. So I started talking to people, started designing. The name at first, I wanted to call it Lockdown Mafia. And then I was like, but you know what? It really wasn't catching on. I was like, you know what? All right, we're gonna go with something athletic because I wanted to doing wrestling and doing leggings, doing hoodies. So you know what? We're just gonna go with JR Athletic apparel. So now you see the JRA logo, JRA Athletics or JRA Jiu Jitsu, like the shirt. So yeah, man, I'm trying to make stuff happen. So that's how I approach it. I was like, you know what? I don't have the cash to give you cash sponsorship. I said, but I can do gear for you, and I can do discount for for your team and stuff like that. So so right now, so far as you, and there's a school in Illinois. They're called Intercept MMA. They were actually my first big order, man. They've been awesome. They've been awesome. They
nice.
Yeah, so
yeah, because it was funny that when you approached me about it, because I was just like, man, I'm like, man, I would love to have sponsors for the show, but I was like, man, I'm new at this. I don't necessarily have like a huge platform and stuff like that. And then you approached me. I'm thinking it's like, yeah, he probably owns something, or he probably wants something major. And then we started to talk. He's like, "Look, man, I just started. I can't pay you out, but I can give you nothing." I said, "Hey, bro, that's perfect because I ain't got nothing either."
Exactly.
I was like, we can make this work together, but
Make something happen.
there's some, I know there's some ones we kind of going over like a couple days ago, the affiliate gear that you about to do for me.
Yeah.
Dude, that spider one, the Black Widow one that you posted the other day. I was like, come on, why, dude? My pockets can't take it, dude. I became such a fan for like rash guards and stuff. I'm like turned to like Danaher. I walk around with like a rash guard and shorts all day, you know, if I could.
And you know what? So I got the rash guards doing the leggings, the volley shorts, the regular 5 shorts, the hoodies, and then actually, so the guy actually made me a polo shirt for work, right? Because for this agency that I work for, it's got the logo and it's got my name. Man, they look so nice. So I'm gonna start doing the polos as well. So see how it goes, man. And it's good quality. I get it. It's not Nike, it's not Under Armour, but it's good quality. I mean, it's some of the rashes that I made. I mean, man, put into some stuff at the gym, with some of the heavier guys, pulling on them and stretching them, and man,
yeah. I mean, I'm not just saying that because you made the stuff for me. I stand by your product. Like,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
The 2 sets that you sent me, that I've worn them so many times. I washed them so many times. No frays, no shrinking, no color changes like that. And like every time I look at it, man, I'll be like, yeah, man, that's pretty dope. Pretty dope, man.
Yeah, a lot of times, like, with the distributor guy, with my guy, I have we go back and forth because I'll be like, well, what about this? I'm like, you know what, the ones you sent me were a little too long, or you know what, these were too short, or you know what, the waist was a little too small for a large, or you know what, they were too big for a large. So when you make adjustments, so it's like nonstop, on the phone with them, and the sign. So you know what, change this color or make this little small, and and those guys are actually they help me out a lot, man. They're great. So it's my wife helps me, with the Instagram and the Facebook page, and making videos and reels and all that stuff. She's going to school, and when she has free time, like, babe, please, make me some videos if you can. Like, I'm at work or I'll be at work, making videos. And I'm new at all this, man. And,
right.
Just when it comes to as far as like business, like online, on Instagram. So the website, I went through 2 different website providers. The first one I ended up getting screwed over a little bit, so putting some money into it. I don't know if you've seen it, the jarathleticapparel.com, the website, all that. Well, the new one, I have somebody helping me now. So, but the original one, I developed everything, like the way that the picture was set up, descriptions, I mean, the front page, the home page, the shopping, all that. And man, it's hard, man. I was like, you're spending hours, like, like 10 minutes, man. Next thing you know, you've been in 2 hours, 3 hours later, you're still not even done with one page.
Yeah. I mean, big shout outs to the wives, man, because when it came to like social media stuff, like, yeah, but like the Talk Your Jits podcast website, like my wife did all that.
Nice.
I was like, look, no, you go ahead. Like, go ahead. Like, we haven't updated in a minute, but we still trying to figure some stuff out, for the podcast and how we're going to do things. But, I got, stuff in mind that I want to do. And I'm telling her, like, hey, look, I need you to do your thing. Like, I'm technical. I'm tech savvy, but no, you can have all that. I'll let you do that.
Yeah, like I said, my wife's very patient, man. Like I said, when we first got together and after you got married, I was training 4 or 5, sometimes even 7 days a week, and now, I've slowed it down. Now I usually do like 3. Well, right now I'm doing 2 days, maybe 3, because she's going to school at night, so I take care of the kids. But man, I was doing, minimum 4 or 5 days a week. That was the minimum, so I would do the all 7 days out of the week, and so shout out to her for sticking it out. So
yeah, And I remember this post. We were someone they had made this post, and she had shared and tagged me, and it was like as a wife, I didn't know I had to become my husband's secretary and business partner. I'm like, yes, yes, you have to.
Hey, you want to enjoy the fruits of the labor eventually when they come. Like, hey, come on now.
Gotta do a little. You ain't gotta do a lot of the work. Just a little bit of work.
A little bit.
Just a little bit of work.
Yeah, I guess eventually once it's it takes off, it'll pretty much run on its own, I guess.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm also doing. I got this local kid, man. Well, not kid. I mean, he's probably like 20 years old, and he's he wrestles, and he's not sponsored by anybody. He's independent, and I've done for him 2 sets of singlets.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's rocked in my competitions. Like he's gone like overseas, all around the world with his singlets, man. And, man, that kid is awesome. And I've done some. See what else I've done. So the singlets, and I've done some shirts for another academy here, Kickboxing Academy. They had a little event 2 weeks ago, so I did the staff T-shirts for them. So I mean, I've done a few things, nothing major yet. Like I said, the major one was the Intercept MMA. Those guys were awesome. They keep ordering from me, so again, I appreciate it. They're watching. Thank you. Keep ordering. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, shout out to those guys. We're we are so me and you haven't talked about it, but a few months ago, a couple months ago, we had to unfortunately shut our school down and whatnot. So me and my training partner, we kind of like end up opening up 2 schools. We co-teach at one and then I teach at another. And that's what I kind of told you, because that's when I shot you the logos. Like, this is going to be, this is the affiliate logos. I mean, the affiliate, gear and stuff like that. And when I sent it, I was like, maybe I should have told them to do 2 separate ones. But when the ones that you sent, I was like, oh, that's it.
Because I thought they were together, so I met them together. But you said that's cool. Like, all right, cool. I was like,
yeah, because I was like, damn, I meant to tell them to do them separate, but I saw them. I instantly fell in love with them, and then my partner was like, "Hey, can you have them do our affiliate logo on there?" I was like, "Yeah, slap that boy on there too." And it's like, I can't wait to see it, man. We so excited.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I know you guys like it. So, like I said, hopefully once everything gets done and you guys get it in the mail, hopefully you like that stuff.
Oh, I'm already in love with it, man. From the work you already done and from the stuff that I see you do, man. I'm already like in love with it.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Like I said, it's not easy. Well, it's not easy, man. It's not easy. With having a job and wife and the kids and that's other stuff going on at home, and man, it's hard. Sometimes you gotta.
It's hard, man.
I mean, definitely. I can't complain. My job, a lot of times at work, it's not hard. So I got a little bit of time at work. Can't because it's too loud because they might hear me. They might see the podcast not for my job and be like, "Oh, really? So that's what you've been doing, huh?"
Off the record, of course.
Right.
Man, Juan. So we have a staple here, man, at Talk Your Jits podcast. We ask everybody that comes on the show, your top 3 people, man. Well, it don't have to be your top 3 people, but the 3 people that you would love to get a chance to roll with, past or present.
Oh man, I would definitely say Eddie Bravo, of course. 10 Planet, Eddie Bravo. I haven't had the chance because I haven't gone with these guys where when they go out of town and he's there. I just haven't been able to go out of town those dates. That's the reason why. Another one I would say would be, man, I'm trying to think. Probably any of the Graces would be cool. I think. Doesn't be any specific one, just any other. Just say that I rolled one of the Graces. I think it would be cool. I know it's probably a cliche, but I think it would be cool. Just say how you roll with them, and definitely Joe Rogan. I know he probably smashed like 2 seconds because dude, that dude's a badass.
And Joe Rogan's definitely on my list.
Sorry, let me put a number 4 in there just to throw it out there. Joey Diaz, bro. I would love to roll with Joey Diaz. I think the way he's takes them edibles, 1,000 milligrams at a time. I think it will be a role where you're just probably laughing the whole time and just having a good time with that fool, man. Like, I think it'll be awesome.
Yeah, like I said, Joe Rogan is definitely on my list because he's an enigma, man. Like he knows the stuff, but you've never seen it. Like the most I've ever seen him do was I see him spar or kick a bag or do a technique. It's a technique tutorial. But I'm like, man, I want to see you in action, dude.
Yeah,
because I know it's something crazy. I know it's something great to see. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I think he goes pretty often to the Austin 10 Planet now because he's in Austin now, so there's a location there. So the guys actually just went to compete over at 10 Planet Austin, and Eddie Bravo was there. I don't know if Joe was there, but I know Eddie was there, and a bunch of other Gabe Tuttle and some other big names from 10 Planet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gotcha. That's cool though, man. That's awesome.
Well, what's your top three besides Joe?
Oh man, it changes so much, man. But if my main three is Nicky Rod,
oh man,
Brian Ortega, and it's always a toss up between Damian Maia and Mike Musumeci.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, like I mean, you got the Gordon Ryans, you got the Andre Galval. Yeah, you got those, like you said, the Gracies and stuff like that, man. But some of these people, it's like, I know what you can do, but I really, really want to know what you can do.
Right, but you know what? It's crazy because with that Ryan, man, I don't think anybody. So far, I haven't seen any of his matches where they put him to where he has to use all his stuff, man. Because I'm sure that dude is ridiculous with the way his mind works, man. It's just
very slow and methodical. I love it.
Yeah,
very, very technical.
And I've seen him, where like with the takedowns, and that's just like him, baiting people, to do a takedown because he knows he's going for the legs, or he's gonna, take him down, and then he's gonna go for the back or something, So it's just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. Go ahead.
Yeah, he has an awesome game plan, man, and he definitely delivers. Definitely delivers. I think he got a match coming up, I believe.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see him, back out there. But this is supposed to be, not on any juice. So it's.
I mean, honestly,
we shall see.
They just need to all of them just get juiced up, man. I mean. It is what it is. Just let him get juiced up because somebody's gonna lose whether you juiced up or not, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that'll be a Rampage back in his day. Back when it was pinning and shit.
Right. I mean, because I go back and watch his match with Craig Jones a lot too.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that was like one of his matches where it was like, it was close. It was real close.
He was here in El Paso. He did a seminar here in El Paso, and I missed that one, man. I missed to roll with him. I don't know what happened, but I wasn't able to go to that seminar. But he was here at 10 Planet El Paso.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
So one more thing, man. I want to add to the new season, man. It's just a quick little rapid fire questions, man. So you're gonna be my guinea pig on this one. So
all
just
right.
a little.
Make sure you edit it because it might take me long to answer. So just edit it, okay? So it'll be like 2 seconds. But so it'll be like, damn, we gotta match his time. We gotta beat him.
All right, just a little this or that type deal, type questions, man. So let's see. Guard retention or guard passing?
What's my favorite or what's my weakest?
Like, what would you go to? Like, between those two, what would you go to?
I would say probably guard retention.
Guard retention.
Yeah.
Fundamentals classes or advanced classes?
I like fundamentals. The fundamentals class, I like it because you get to train with a lot of new people, and you get to try out all your, the more advanced moves.
Mm-hmm.
But then yet again, you a lot of times get those spasty white belts, and you're like, oh man, like what did I just do? Like, and literally you just like trying to, almost like they're trying to box you, and just like, man, like chill out, relax, bro, But I mean, advanced is cool, but I would say fundamentals.
Fundamentals, yeah, me too. I like a good fundamentals class. Training with music or rolling in silence.
Music, man, I gotta have music.
Yeah,
because we've done where there's no music and you can hear everybody talking, or you can hear everybody and like I don't want to hear all that, or I'd rather have the music. Because in my mind, I'm not listening. Just because a lot of times I close my eyes when I'm rolling. I close my eyes whether I'm on bottom or on top. I close my eyes and I kind of like think about what I'm gonna do next.
Mm-hmm.
I need a bit of music.
Takedown or guard pull?
Pull guard. And only because, again, I'm 45, man, and I'm afraid I'm old and brittle, and I'm afraid that one bad takedown and I might end up in a wheelchair or something. That's the only reason why. I told my coach, I said, let me tell you, I'm scared of when you start standing, and somebody does a bad takedown, and they fall on your knee or your back, and you just lay there, like, yeah, I'm paralyzed, bro. Like, go ahead, just give me a wheelchair.
Like, yep, that's it. Let's see. Let's get a couple more. I just saw it too. Arm in guillotine or arm out guillotine?
Say that again.
Arm in guillotine or arm out guillotine?
Arm out.
Arm out.
Yeah, straight guillotine, bro.
Just
with the high elbow.
High. Yeah, I would say the high elbow guillotine. Yeah, I like that. I like the way you think.
Yeah, you can't get out of that shit. When you try, once that elbow's up, bro, it's a wrap. You're in there.
A wrap. Sparring with strikes or pure grappling?
I don't really do any strikes, which I need to start. But I would say pure grappling, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't done it in a while, but we'll occasionally do like situations where the person who's on top can strike, and the other person only can use pure defense, pure jiu-jitsu. So yeah, it's actually part of our test curriculum where we have to do like a self-defense portion where you have to say that person they got on gloves, and you start from standing, they can strike, and you have to get the takedown, secure the position, and get the submission.
Oh, that's nice. I know here usually because we got a couple active fighters in our gym. Because I'm at work, so usually they meet up around noon, 1 o'clock, and they do like about 2 hours. So they do grappling and striking at the same time. So they prepare them for their fights or whatnot coming up.
Okay. All right, last one. Butterfly sweep or scissor sweep?
Butterfly.
I like butterfly.
Butterfly, I like better than the scissor. To be honest.
Yeah. It's just that connection. It's like you can flow so much. Well, I guess you can flow a lot into scissor sweep as well, but butterfly sweep is just so pretty. It's just so beautiful.
Yes.
Done right. It's so graceful.
And you know what's funny? Like when you do it other times, whether they do it to me or did somebody, it's just like for some reason it's always like slow motion. It's like not even quick. So it's like slow motion. You're like, oh, okay, I guess I can't base now because my arm's already stuck. Like, yep, there I go.
Yeah, there I go. And I'm on my back.
Or you got those guys that are quick and just like boom. You're like, oh shit. Oh, okay. Yep. That was a butterfly sweep.
Yeah, definitely. Juan, man, unless you got any questions for me, man, fire away. If not, man, I want you to tell the people what you got going on. What's new with you down the line, man? And the floor is all yours.
Well, no, honestly, just whenever you're down in El Paso, man, hit me up. So I can take you over 10 Planet and introduce some of the people, introduce to the family. You got a place to stay. You got to worry about hotels and come through. Got you.
Awesome.
You got the spare room right here behind me.
Man, it's a nice room, man.
Yeah, man. So
like I say, it's like where I'm at now.
Let me give everybody real quick a quick tour, just real quick. So there's some of the collectibles up there, you know what I'm saying? Up top. Got a 3D printer. I'm a little nerd, you know what I'm saying? So
Oh man, see where I can kind of turn them. I gotta get my room together, but yeah, I got my
my bad. Don't worry about the pillows. You don't see them. They're not there.
yeah, I got my collectibles and stuff over here on the wall on this side, my 3D printer. So yeah, man, I'm in that same boat, bro. Same boat.
But as far as what going on, I mean, like I said, just jathleticapparel.com. We do custom, rash guards, shorts, leggings, hoodies, polo shirts. The gi, you saw that gi? It's coming out.
Yes, I can't wait.
I'm not a gi guy, but I saw that gi. I was like, man. I said, yep, I'm gonna send him that gi because he's definitely gonna use it. I'm not.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I've competed in gi once. I never did gi, but I competed and it was all right. I was all right. That's my career. I'm over. I'm over it. But yeah, like I said, jathleticapparel.com. We got some stuff online. We got some stuff coming out. Instagram, same thing, Athletic Apparel. Facebook, same name. Anybody want to order, just DM me. If you want custom stuff, same thing, just send me a PM. Let me know what you have in mind, and we'll come up with some logos, with some designs, and then send back and forth to you. You approve the final design, and then we'll get it done for you. You still got that 20? I think it's 20%, right, for
the 15.
Yeah, 50%. Yeah, yep. Using the code.
Yeah. All caps. Talk your Jits. Use that code. With him, get that 15% off, even though included in custom apparel as well, man.
Yep. And everything for anybody that's got that Talk Jits, everybody gets 50% all across, whether it's custom, whatever it is. So like I said, yeah, man, let us know what you need, what your needs are, and we can work with you. Whether it's one rash guard or you need 100. I got you.
Yeah, we definitely got some. My plate is starting to clear up a little bit, so I definitely got some stuff that I would love to get done, man. And I can't wait to see what the future have for both of us, man. Because I know we're gonna work together on a lot of stuff, and we're gonna make this blow up, man, for the both of us.
Definitely. And I appreciate inviting me. It's been I know I kept flaking on you a couple of times. Stuff came up. I apologize for that.
Oh man, it happens, man. It happens. But
I'm glad I finally did it. You popped my cherry. It's the first time I've ever done a podcast, so that's cool.
Hey man, hey, we're gonna do plenty more, man. We're gonna do plenty more.
I appreciate it, man. Definitely.
All right, man. All right, that's the end of today's episode. I would like to thank Juan one more time for coming on the show, man. Bless us with his jiu-jitsu knowledge, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please go and check out our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube page to stay up to date on all future episodes. This has been Talk Your Jits Podcast. Keep rolling, keep grinding, and remember, long live jiu-jitsu. Have a great day. And we're done, my brother.